Welcome back to Do You Know Armored Lore, the series where we put your knowledge of the Armored Core games and media to the test. Think you know the heaviest set of arms in the first generation? Or maybe how many endings there are in Last Raven? This is the video to watch to assess what you know. Let's go over the rules and categories quickly and get into this. This week, we will be going over 3 different difficulties of categories. Our first category, Raven Test, are all multiple choice of a varying degree of difficulty, and are worth 2 points each for each correct answer. Second is our category, the Arena. These questions will test your knowledge of the more intricate parts of the series. They can be multiple choice and are worth 3 points each. Third is our I Am the Controller difficulty of questions. These questions require a high level of game knowledge and are worth 5 points each. Finally, we end with our Emblem Challenge, which will double your score. We'll go over the ranks at the end of the video. Don't forget to post your score in the comments. Ready to begin? Let's start. This week's topic for our Ravens test applies to the people who pilot or design ACs. Remember, they are worth 2 points each. Question 1. Which of these teams is not a team in Armored Core Formula Front? A. Neonia, B. Galm, C. BT Wyvern, or D. Ogre? Question 2. Which of these pilots hasn't received a Kotobukiya Variable Infinity Kit? A. Joshua O'Brien, B. Skyla, C. Ernst, D. Lilium Wolcott, or E. V4 Rusty? Question 3. Which of these is not a training exercise in Armored Core Ninebreaker? A. Defense, Heat Resistance, B. Attack, Judgment, C. Special, No Lock-On, D. Movement, Aerial Movement, or E. Technical, ECM Targeting? Question 4. What kind of designations do the Reaper Squad members have in Armored Core Verdict Day? Is it A. Letters, B. Numbers, C. Animals, or D. Zodiac signs? Question 5. Which of these pilots is not a numbered Vesper? Is it A. Maeterlinck, B. Flatwell, C. Hawkins, D. Freud, or E. Pater? Alright, let's go over these answers, remembering that each of these are worth 2 points. Question 1. Which of these teams is not a team in Armored Core Formula Front? Alright, so all of these are from an AC game, but unfortunately for Galm, they are from Ace Combat, not Armored Core. The correct answer is B. Galm. Question 2. Which of these pilots hasn't received a Kotobukiya Variable Infinity Kit? This one is for all you model enjoyers out there. Ernst, aka Enfang, the poster boy of Armored Core 1, is the only pilot in this list who has not received a Kotobukiya Variable Infinity Kit. So the answer is C. Ernst. Question 3. Which of these training exercises is not an exercise in Armored Core Ninebreaker? There is no specific challenge called ECM Targeting in the technical branch of Ninebreaker challenges, so the answer is E. ECM Targeting. Question 4. What kind of designations do the Reaper Squad members have in Armored Core Verdict Day? I threw in the Zodiac ones to trick you. They're from Armored Core 5, but the Reaper Squad members have letter designations, so the answer is A. Letters. And last question for the first round. Which of these pilots is not a numbered Vesper? Flatwell is not a Vesper and is part of the Rubicon Liberation Front, so he does not have a number before his name. The answer is B. Flatwell. Nice job, Ravens! Let's tally up what you got and move on to our second part of the quiz, the Arena. Remember, 3 points each for these ones. Question 1. 5 pilots attack you in the final mission, Occupation of Arteria Carpals, in Armored Core 4 Answer Hard Mode. What are the names of these pilots who attack you? Question 2. In Armored Core 3, lots of your MT comrades eventually become AC pilots. Which of these ACs was not a hireable MT pilot? Is it A. Skyla, B. Sandoval, C. Coldheart, or D. Huntress? Question 3. What is the slogan of the Beehive pilots in Armored Core 5? Question 4. Let's continue our cultured pilot journey with some Armored Core trivia from 4th Gen. This AC pilot shares a name with a famous French Romantic composer and conductor. What is the name of the pilot and the AC? Last question. When you fight the AC Lumberjack in Armored Core 2 Another Age, a second AC shows up to finish the job after he is defeated. What is the name of this pilot? Alright, let's go over our answers for our The Arena tier of questions. Remember, these are worth 3 points each. Question 1. 5 pilots attack you in the final mission, Occupation of Arteria Carpals, in Armored Core 4 Answer, Hard Mode. What are the names of each of these pilots who attack you? So, the 5 pilots are Otsdarva, Kalarid's Rank 1 Lynx, Lilium Woolcott, the BFF representative, Rhodey, GA's heavy-hitting muscle, Windy Fanchon, the noble pilot usually representing Interior Union, and finally Kasumi Sumika, your ex-operator who abandoned you after your heinous actions on Cradle 03. Question 2. In Armored Core 3, lots of your MT comrades eventually become AC pilots. Which of these ACs was not a hireable MT pilot? The correct answer is our Treadhead enthusiast, B. Sandoval. Question 3. What is the slogan of the Beehive pilots in Armored Core 5? We fight a lot of them, and short of their leader, each member says,
"And tranquility among the spirits. Let there be peace in the world."
Let there be peace in the world. Alright, question 4 with our cultured pilot trivia question. We had a literary Lynx in the last video. This time we have a musical representative. This AC pilot shares a name with a famous French Romantic composer and conductor. What is the name of the pilot and the AC? So, the name of the pilot is Berlioz, a famous 19th century French Romantic composer and conductor, and his AC is Supplice, based off of his piece, Marché au Supplice. I hope I didn't butcher that. Marché au Supplice means march to torture, or march to the scaffold. And if you want to hear the song that his AC is based off of, I have included a link in the description. Question 5. When you fight the AC Lumberjack in Armored Core 2, a second AC shows up to finish the job after he is defeated. What is the name of this pilot? The guy who shows up after his supposed friend dies is Deer Hunter. Alright, Raven, we are on to the final set of 5 questions. These are the hardest ones of the bunch. Good luck. They are worth 5 points each. Question 1. What kind of part do you get for defeating Mollycoddle in Armored Core Last Raven? Question 2. What rank is the PCA member who pilots the Cataphract in the mission Destroy Special Forces Craft in Armored Core 6? Question 3. In Armored Core Last Raven, a holdout of the blank loyalists reach out to you to perform a mission in the Triton Eco Activity Center. Which corporation's loyalists reach out to you? Question 4. What were ACs called before they were, well, ACs? And question 5. In Generation 1, the Chaos MTs are Chrome's most advanced MT model and are used in the Chrome Uprising mission. Chaos is an acronym. What does Chaos stand for as an acronym? How are your brains, guys? Hopefully you don't need to get some Human Plus surgery after those ones. I know they were hard. Let's go over the answers. Question 1. What part do you get for defeating Mollycoddle in Armored Core Last Raven? So, Genobi's doppelganger in the final Generation 3.5 game, Armored Core Last Raven, gets you the Crest left arm shotgun CRWH-01SP. But you get the 5 points if you just said shotgun. Question 2. What rank is the PCA member who pilots the Cataphract in the mission Destroy Special Forces craft in Armored Core 6? The PCA characters, when they speak, are almost all listed by rank, but the one in the mission Destroy Special Forces is a PCA SP captain. Question 3. In Armored Core Last Raven, a holdout of the blank loyalists reach out to you to perform a mission in the Triton Eco Activity Center. Which corporation's loyalists reach out to you? In a mission full of biological enemies and generally war-crimey behavior, of course it would be the Kisaragi loyalists. The correct answer is Kisaragi. Question 4. What were ACs called before they were, well, ACs? This one is interesting. People tend to ask what the difference between an MT and an AC is. And while that could be a topic on its own for its own video, the short answer is that ACs have cores while MTs generally do not. But in the proto phases were labeled as CMTs or cored MTs. Question 5. In Generation 1, the Chaos MTs are Chrome's most advanced MT model and are used in the Chrome Uprising mission. What does the Chaos acronym stand for? The Chaos acronym stands for the Chrome Hyper Automatic Operation System, and there are 2 variants of this MT, the Harrier and the Hunter. Okay, let's tally up your scores, and we have one more question. That is the Emblem Challenge. I'm going to show you an AC emblem on screen from the arena and slowly zoom out. I want you to name either the AC or the pilot to double your score. You'll have about 15 seconds to identify it. Good luck. If you said Lionheart or Black Knight, congratulations, you get to double your score. Lionheart is the 3rd ranked pilot in the Armored Core 2 arena and is the highest ranked reverse joint in the 2nd gen arenas. So, what's your final score, Raven? If you got 1 to 20 points, you would get the fledgling pilot rank, 21 to 40, an arena contender rank, 41 to 60 gets you the Human Plus ranking, 61 to 80 gets you the title of a regular, and 81 to 100 gets you the prestigious 9-breaker title. So, did you learn anything today, Ravens? Let me know in the comments below. As a small update, the Leos Klein video is chugging along quite well, and it appears it's going to be my longest video by far, maybe close to 45 minutes. I'm not sure, don't hold me to that. I have almost 30 minutes of voicing, and that's before the gameplay that I want to include, but it's still a ways out. I might squeeze out another top 10 video beforehand, so keep an eye on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one, Ravens.